back, friends. While I was in Europe, I had the wonderful privilege of visiting Jane Austen's home, the Austen House, located in Alton, England. And today I want to share that experience with you. So Austen House was on my list of places that I hoped to visit when we went to England, and we had it on our itinerary and even had accommodations near there. But I had a mishap with my cell phone, and so we ended up having to go into Bath to an Apple store to get my phone looked at. We were just running out of time. And so we had also planned to visit Stonehenge that day, which was on my husband's list of places to visit. And so we went there first, and I just had kind of decided in my mind that it wasn't going to work out because we had our accommodations booked and we couldn't fall too far behind or we would miss those accommodations. And so we visited Stonehenge, and then my husband put the pedal to the metal and got me to Austen House as quickly as he safely could. And they were supposed to close at 5, I believe, and it said online that the last tour that you could get in on was an hour before. We got there at I want to say 4 or 4:01. We were just right there. And so he pulled up to the house and I jumped out, and he went to find a place to park, and I ran into the little gift shop there, and I said, "Did I make it in time for the last tour?" And she said yes, and was so very sweet. So I bought 2 tickets for my husband and I. It was a self-guided tour, and we actually had the whole place to ourselves. I don't know if it was the time of day or the time of year for a place that I believe hundreds have visited, but we made it and we were able to tour everything. It wasn't a very long tour, I would say, because it's a small just manor house, but I am so thankful that we were able to get there in time and that I was able to visit a place that I have dreamed of visiting for a very long time. There were a few things that stood out to me about the Austen House. One was just the simplicity of it. In Jane Austen's novels, she writes a lot about grandeur, I feel like, and maybe it was something that she just dreamed about, but their home was a very humble home, and so I love the simplicity of the era. I love the wallpaper, and I want to share with you a little bit about that.
During the 1940s, when this house was being turned into a museum, fragments of wallpaper were found dating back to the 1800s during the Jane Austen era. They recreated these patterns, and some are even available for purchase online.
I also love the portraits and the artwork that they had hung up. That was pretty much all their decor, was either artwork or portraits. Today I want to share with you 2 pieces of artwork, one that I got on our trip and another one that I found at an estate sale. And so this one behind me here, I was on my way home from picking up some groceries, and I saw the sign for an estate sale, and it was later in the day, and I thought, oh, they might already be closed, but I ended up just trying it because I didn't have kids with me, and pulled in, looked around, they were still open, and I saw this piece of, it's actually an oil painting, and it caught my eye because I love original oil paintings, and this one was signed, and I asked the gentleman how much it was, and he said, I think the first price he quoted me was $20, I want to say. I said, okay, thank you. I took a picture of it. I was going to come home and show it to my husband, and he met me at my car and said, you know what, it's the end of the day, we're trying to get rid of things, I will let you have it for $12. And so I got this rather large oil painting with a beautiful gold frame for $12 at an estate sale. So we have been using that to decorate for fall because I love switching my artwork out for the seasons. Since we don't have a lot of space here, that is one way that I can keep things switched out to where it doesn't become monotonous, and I get to rotate my decorating a little bit. Second piece that I want to show you is this beautiful little, I believe it is oil as well, but it is signed, and it also has a pretty gold frame, and we got this for £10 at a little antique shop that we found in Scotland, and I love the size of it. I actually went to England looking for artwork this size because I love when you can do a couple of them together, you can group them together, you can have different scenes, and so that's what I was looking for, and I was able to find this one. And so now I will show you where I styled it in our home.
When I was looking for a spot to hang this little picture, for some reason it felt very English to hang it under the light fixture in our dining area. And lo and behold, while watching Pride and Prejudice, I came across a scene that had this exact same idea.
I hope you have enjoyed visiting the Austen House with me today. It definitely was a highlight of the trip for me, and what girl doesn't get lost in the Jane Austen novels? I can remember watching them with my mom and sisters. Actually, before our trip, my sister downloaded the book on audio for me, and I will try to link that below because it was phenomenal. I can't say that I had ever read the whole book completely through, but I so enjoyed listening to it on the airplane, and then after I got home, having been there, just being able to appreciate Jane Austen's work even more.
So here we are in front of Jane Austen's house, and for Sarah's video, what do you have to say?
My video. I'm glad we made it in one piece so that I could see it, because it was a hair-raising adventure to get here.
Is that a reflection of my driving?
If you are new to this channel, I am so thankful that you have stopped by. I hope that you enjoyed today, spending a little time with me, and I hope that you will be back soon. Blessings, and I'll see you next time.